match later on, but I was thinking, why wait until later? Why don't we just do it now?
Let Jami stick his 12.5 boot up your ass, and we can just go from there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, action ready to get underway with the Bearcat Keith Haught. Individual we haven't seen in a couple of months. Dating back to our Clearfield live event. He had a rough night a couple of months ago. The victim of a beatdown, but maybe a bit of retribution, maybe a bit of some positive momentum for the most fun-loving and unlikely IWC two-time tag team champion in history. Well, Team Storm has ridden a wave of momentum over the past couple of months that has culminated with Jack Pollock capturing the #1 contendership to the IWC Championship. He will move on in the month of July to challenge Wardlow back at our home base at the Court Time Sports Center. And that's going to be a very, very, let's say, questionable undertaking for Jack Pollock, because I don't think anybody has really come close to figuring out the formula to stop Wardlow yet. Will Jack Pollock be the first? That's very possible. But we're still a long way away from answering that question. Jack Pollock's got to get through Keith Haught here this evening. And keep in mind, on the left side of the screen, it is Jaxon Argos, the self-proclaimed Rookie of the Year. On the right side, blowing a kiss to the gentleman in the front row, is R.C. Dupree, the eccentric artist. The trio of Canadian sympathizers, all trained by Lance Storm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And what is he doing? Can I help you?
How's it going?
Jaxon Argos apparently now joining us on commentary.
Why wouldn't I be joining you on commentary?
Why wouldn't you be here? That's the operative question. Would Jack Pollock have enough backup out there with just Dupree? Didn't need you as well?
Jack Pollock doesn't need backup. Jack Pollock is an absolute stud. Look at that. Look at that. Already starting off hot, no pun intended.
Side headlock, double leg takedown by Jack Pollock.
Oh, look at that.
What's been the mood in the Team Storm camp now that Jack Pollock is in line for an IWC Championship opportunity?
Team Storm has done nothing but prep for the after party. We are ready for a championship celebration that you've never seen.
Are you sure that you can look that far ahead? I mean, Wardlow...
Are you seeing what I'm seeing right now? Look at this. The guy's untouchable. Unbelievable. Absolute stud. Look at him.
Well, hey, I'm not going to deny Jack Pollock looks great. Jack Pollock has looked great since he stepped foot into IWC late last year. But bottom line is, he's always had that backup. He's always had a bit of a safety net insurance policy with him in the form
Are you implying that without us he wouldn't be as successful as he is? Because I'm telling you, Jack Pollock is the future of IWC.
And that may be true, but is he the future winner of this matchup? Keith Haught just turned things around on him and humiliating Pollock just as Pollock had done to Haught.
Look, take nothing away from Keith Haught. I've been in the ring with him. He's a tough guy. But it's how the match ends. And the victory will go to Jack Pollock.
Well, Pollock's ire has been raised.
Oh, now that causes a dental appointment.
Well, I think I just fired Keith Haught up.
No.
To the right now, ducking the clothesline.
Come on!
And Keith Haught
Come on, ref, get on him!
Peppering Pollock with right hands. Didn't mind when your boy did it.
Excuse me? Now that's smart. This is the veteran in Jack Pollock.
Felt like it hurt.
No. Jack Pollock doesn't get hurt.
I see. He may get hurt next month.
No, not gonna happen. Jack Pollock's invincible and indestructible.
He may get hurt right now.
Oh no.
Keith Haught. Couldn't connect.
Veteran.
With a baseball
Veteran
slide.
move.
Pollock almost connected with Dupree.
Oh!
There he does.
R.C. Dupree did nothing wrong, and Keith put his hands on him.
I would say that was the meeting of the mindless, but you're back here.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Are you regretting maybe stepping away from ringside?
No, I'm enjoying myself. I'm getting a very good front row seat here.
I'm having fun.
What is
too.
this? What is this?
Well, everybody's enjoying themselves.
Unbelievable. I'm tired of this Keith Haught kid. I'm tired of him.
You said good things.
Get on! There we
go.
go. There we go. Stay on him, Jack. Look at that.
Well, Pollock's been embarrassed, and you see the temper, the mean streak of Pollock start to come out. And I'm not going to deny any positive things that you've said about Jack Pollock in this matchup, but bottom line is, in whatever it's been, 2 or 3 years now, no one's been able to figure out the formula of Wardlow. Wardlow has run out more IWC legends than anybody in history. How can you be so sure that Jack Pollock can overcome Wardlow?
Whoa! Big back elbow.
Almost as if it's a foregone conclusion. We'll get your answer in a moment. Pollock into the
1,
cover.
2,
Only a 2 count. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are that IWC has never seen anyone like Jack Pollock. I've watched this guy since my first day in the business. I've been watching wrestling for years, and I've never seen anything like him. And there's nobody out there that can match what he does in the ring. And as impressive as Wardlow has been, he doesn't stand a shot against Jack Pollock. There's just something special about this guy.
You don't think there's something special about Wardlow?
Oh!
Double handful of hair by Pollock.
No, he grabbed him by the skull. There are a lot of special things about Wardlow. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but as I said, if Wardlow's a 10, Jack Pollock's an 11.
Maybe he adds up to 11 when we add you two in.
Look at that. Smart. That's what you get! That's what you get for putting your hands on R.C. Dupree earlier!
I called that a preemptive strike earlier. Dupree's now getting involved illegally.
There we go. 1, 2.
Well, let me ask you this question. What if Jimmy Vegas is successful in his matchup later tonight? If Vegas wins, he'll be added to that championship matchup. It'll be a 3-way.
In my opinion, that puts the odds even more in Jack's favor. That's two people for him to be able to pin.
It actually decreases his odds from 50% to 33.
Absolutely not. Not when you're Jack Pollock. Jack Pollock doesn't need your math.
Is that Canadian math? Is that metric?
Yes.
Cover, near fall.
Ooh.
What's the exchange rate on that math?
The exchange rate is Jack Pollock is going to exchange the flow of IWC, and the winds of change are flowing. Okay.
That was a rough segue.
Sure
Pollock
was,
now.
wasn't it?
Just trying to humiliate Keith Haught at this point. Listen, if you underestimate Keith Haught, you're going to pay for it. There's no guarantee Pollock's going to come into IWC next month with any kind of momentum, because Keith Haught shocked the world before. 2-time tag champion, nearly a Super Indy champion.
Look, you don't got to tell me anything about Keith Haught. I've been in the ring with Keith Haught. I've gone to battle with
counter.
Keith Haught. And no! No! Absolutely not! No! That is a wardrobe malfunction. He should be disqualified.
Jaxon, I think Keith Haught was smiling at you.
Oh my goodness!
Is that legal in Canada, or are they like more open
That
to that?
shouldn't be illegal anywhere! Unbelievable!
Well, Haught's got an issue with his
No!
britches, but
He needs to fix his... He should be thrown out of the match!
look at it jiggle.
No! Absolutely not!
Aren't you having fun? We're having fun.
I'm not having fun! Move, Jack!
Why don't you like fun?
No! No! Good God, no! Jack!
Oh, Jack will never smell the same.
No! Kick out, Jack!
Hook of the leg, got
Oh!
him. No.
I knew he was going to kick out.
Maybe Keith Haught should become #1 contender if he beats Jack Pollock.
No.
No?
I'm telling you, I have faith in Jack Pollock. I have since day one. Never count him out.
That was before Jack Pollock had to undergo all this.
Oh.
Jabs by Keith Haught. A little bit of flip-flop and fly, if you will. No. Oh, no! The rebound.
Oh, no. No. Move! Oh!
All that body weight down on top of Pollock. Could be it.
Oh!
Near fall again. Jack Pollock was less than 1 second away from being pinned by Keith Haught.
Jack Pollock will always kick out. He yet to be pinned. Do I need to remind everybody of that? Jack Pollock, never pinned in IWC.
All right.
What makes you think tonight's going to be that night?
Keep in mind, though, Didn't do so well in Wheeling a couple months ago. Oh! Spinebuster, nicely done.
That's it. 1, 2, no!
That was raw power by Pollock to get that low center of gravity elevated like that. Nearly put him away, but not quite.
This is it. I know that look in his eye, and I know that stomp of the foot.
Yeah. Elbow pads are down. Pollock means business.
Here it comes. This is it. Throws the boot. Oh, no. Sidestep. Oh, no. Blocked by Keith.
Both been jockeying for position here. And Keith Haught to the back of the skull.
Oh.
External occipital protuberance.
Don't you go up there, Keith.
Oh, there's only one thing left.
No, don't you go up there, Keith.
It might be.
No.
It could be.
No.
Could it be the hot mess?
No, it's not the hot mess.
It could be the hot mess. Wait a minute.
No.
Dupree.
Why did he touch RC again?
Because he's a pest.
He had no right touching him.
Oh. Well, Haught was off this game thanks to RC Dupree. That was not a healthy landing, and Pollock measures Haught with a
That's
boot.
got to be it. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for having me.
And it's Keith Haught who's been had because Jack Pollock, with the help of Dupree, able to get a victory. Could be threat level midnight for the IWC Championship coming up next month as Jack Pollock is chasing the top prize in the International Wrestling Cartel. And I guess I know the answer to this, but
Jack Pollock is the future IWC Heavyweight Champion. I'm going to go celebrate with my friends. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry to have you. Sorry you had to leave. Jaxon Argos makes his opinion crystal clear. Jack Pollock could be the next IWC champion, or he could be a man getting into something that maybe he's not prepared for. It's going to be Wardlow. It could be Jimmy Vegas as well. But Jack Pollock could be the next IWC champion. IWC Tag Champion and Super Indy Champion, the New Age Play Gory, has called IWC home since his rookie year. And every time he returns to this organization, there's always a body count, there's always a victim. And we'll meet that victim, a return matchup. My WC Aftershock Volume 2 from just about 6 weeks ago. Sless Taylor is a young prospect who's based his career in the state of Ohio over the past number of years, and you can tell by the t-shirt he's a pretty big proponent of himself. But Sless Taylor, I'll tell you what, you want to talk about pound for pound, natural athleticism, Sless Taylor is as good as just about anybody. Absolutely dedicated, religiously so, to the gym, to physical fitness, to dieting. I don't know if there's anybody that looks after their own body and health and well-being quite like Sless Taylor does. He is a specimen, without a doubt. But in some respects, Sless is the away team. Gory is far more well established in this part of the country than Sless Taylor is. And perhaps that frustrates Sless a little bit. Sless was welcomed a bit warmer. And at Court Time Sports Center, good God. Gory, just no other way to put it, just spits up all over Sless Taylor. As some retribution for Sless's disrespect. Quick pace here in the early going, Sless up and over. I expect a very rapid-fire, athletically and offensively minded contest. Gory the springboard, into the arm drag, nice momentum by the New Age play. Prawn hold, up and over, down with the arm drag a second time. Gory can hit you from all sides. And sometimes he gets hungry in the process. But watch this, Gory loves to go multiple springs. 4 springs? 6? 7? Into the Hurricane Rana. Talk about momentum. That's new for me, and I've been following Gory for 13 years. Sless in a bad way now, but Gory through the ropes. Sless able to catch Gory unaware. Perhaps a bit of possum. And check out that vertical leap. Gory hanging off the second rope, but Sless still able to connect with pinpoint precision. Sless just makes it look easy. Sless, a natural athlete every sense of the word. Gory's weaponry, his biggest offensive gift in my estimation, is using his body as an offensive weapon. And we saw him do that in the early going. Sless has shut that down. I got Gory into the eyes. Sless taking a cheap shot as Gory may have been ready to rebound, and Sless springboards in. Gory is down. Is this it? No. Could be a career win for Sless Taylor if he's able to defeat Gory. Gory's win-loss record over the past 13 years is can hold that up to anybody as far as this part of the country goes. If Taylor can best him here tonight, we could be seeing a lot more of Sless Taylor on future IWC cards. Turns things around, but it's Sless for the block. Into the eyes. And that's the, at least the second time Sless has blatantly and flagrantly taken cheap shots, and now wearing away at Gory in the corner of those rapid-fire boots. Body by Sless, feature on YouTube you can find. Sless Taylor gives his workout and diet tips. Very full of himself. Thinks he looks better than everybody. Thinks he's smarter than everybody. So far, he's been able to outsmart the animalistic instincts and just the thirst for flesh that Gory brings into battle. Time in and time out. Gory now with the jawbreaker. Creates some distance. Up and bleeding away at the skull. And Gory, sour head scissors, nicely done. So tough to counter Gory when you have no idea which direction he's coming from, but speaking of the direction you're coming from, Sless out of nowhere. Sless the most muscular, but not going to beat Gory. If you think you can beat Gory with 1 foot, you got another thing coming. Only one man has done that in the history of Gory's career, and that's Wardlow. And Wardlow is a beast like no other. But Sless could carve himself a spot here in IWC for the foreseeable future. Certainly looking good at the moment. Nice textbook suplex. Sless Taylor gets 2, and that's all he'll get. now with a chancery by the looks of things. You want to ground Gory. You want to keep Gory within arm's length, within your grasp. As soon as Gory creates that distance, he creates opportunity. Crowd coming alive for the man who claims to infect the world. Could Sless get the next dose? If Gory has anything to say about it, Sless hung up in the corner, or rather on the ropes. And Gory charges through. The velocity Gory gets only adds to the impact. His target is past his opponent. It's nothing but... Oh, wait a second. Wait, now springboard. I got caught for a second time. Sless was waiting for Gory. Gory can't go high risk too often. And Sless again is anytime he gets the opportunity to, he is just slowing down the pace. Wait a second. Gory slips underneath, trips Sless Taylor. And now, oh my! Gory through the ropes, nowhere Sless can go. Down into the elevated backcracker. Gory hurt himself, but you can imagine the damage done to Sless. Referee Williams with the 10 count at this point. If no wrestler returns to their feet by the count of 10, this will be a double count out. Crowd, it seems, has adopted Gory, willing him on. Look at the clothesline. Gory with one of his own. Axe handle connects as well. Jump big back elbow. And Gory is building momentum. Here we go now. Oh, Gory puts the brakes on. And Gory, that modified submission. You can't get a tap out here, but you can do a hell of a lot of damage with that reverse head scissors. Gory elevates himself one more time. Springboard, drop kick, nicely done. All impact, Gory's got him, no. And you got to give credit to the resiliency and the staying power of Sless Taylor, knowing what a big opportunity this is for him staying in this matchup. Gory may have been headed for QAS. Sless Taylor may have been scouted from their prior meeting. Power slam into the cover. Great counter by Sless Taylor, but could not put the New Age flag away. We'll take umbrage with some of these ringside fans. Taylor has got to act now. Gory is not somebody that you can let lay there for a moment too long. Sless looking to go high risk. And Gory to his feet in time. Sless took too much time to get there. Now may pay for it. Both men precariously perched. Oh, headbutt. Gory is down. Gory is wobbly. Can Sless capitalize? Oh, Gory counters. Where the heck is Gory going into the leg trap DDT? Nowhere Sless could go to avoid it. Got him, no. Again, how do you prepare for Gory when you don't know which direction he's coming from? That's the pressure on Sless Taylor, and you can see the frustration on Gory. He was not able to put his man away. Gory up high, double stomp, nobody there. Sless the roll up, Sless into the tights, but still not enough. Samoa drop now by Taylor. Sless hangs on to Gory, suplex nicely done. Float over it, Sless with a little bit more. That is raw power by Sless Taylor. Into the cover, 2 and no. The 2 counts get longer, but Gory still survives. But what does the New Age Plague have left? And Sless springboard out of nowhere, caught Gory, but it looked like a modified leg drop. No, near fall. You can tell Sless is maybe getting a tad desperate here. He's going for some of these deep cuts, trying to put away the New Age Plague. Gory the lung blower. Sless is dazed. QAS time. Got him this time. Oh, you can see the snap. No chance. Sless Taylor defeated. A victory for the New Age Plague. And anytime he comes back to IWC, Gory is a force to be reckoned with. No different here tonight in Beaver Falls. One of the men who really has become the conscience of this company, who's been in this ring more often than almost anybody. It is Gory, and he is your victor. Well, LeRusso has been very vocal over the past couple of weeks regarding the fact that you do not see a Super 80 championship around the waist of the self-proclaimed heir apparent. LeRusso eliminated in the second round of Super 80 16 2 weeks ago. Eliminated by Jonathan Gresham. And ever since then, LeRusso has been quick to remind us the current champion, Adam Cole, has not defeated Chris LeRusso, and in LeRusso's mind, isn't able to defeat Chris LeRusso. LeRusso has been campaigning for a championship opportunity next month when we return to Court Time Sports Center, front level midnight. That remains to be seen. Well, the Beastman is a 350-plus pounder who is quite primitive in nature and dangerous in action. And we are about as far away from Super Indies tournament as you can think. The official IWC debut of Beastman. This will not be a technical classic. He's biting the rope. That's not sanitary. And if you're Chris LeRusso, I can only imagine what you'll need to do to figure out the formula of the Beastman. We are underway, and well, perhaps we shouldn't have sounded for the bell until the bone was dropped. As the pursuit is on, BC Steel, Chris LeRusso. Oh, Beastman's going after BC Steel. Look, somebody play the Benny Hill theme. Fitting. And not the way Chris LeRusso wanted to rebuild momentum to get back to Adam Cole. Again, ill-advised decisions. Beastman catching LeRusso like he's a little baby. Full body slam. And LeRusso reaching for some solace, but his solace just got pulled into the ring. BC Steel has had more dignified moments. And LeRusso from behind. I'm not sure that did anything. Might have made Beastman angry. Easy for me to say. Oh! Beastman colliding with all 350 plus of that mass. And there was that. Beastman war cry of sorts. And a LeRusso war cry of sorts. I'm going to wager to guess that the cranium of LeRusso pales in comparison to Beastman in that of thickness. And now biting LeRusso. Cannibalistic mentality. I'm not sure how Beastman was raised. I'm not sure how he was brought here. I don't think I want to know the answers to these questions. But either way, that's Chris LeRusso's problem now. And again, for a guy who studied law and calls himself the heir apparent, thinks he's smarter than the room, I don't recommend this. Now LeRusso gonna taste his own medicine. BC Steel is trying to whistle a timeout. He is not able to whistle nor call a timeout. This may be a short night for Beastman and LeRusso. All one-sided thus far. Huge collision in the corner. And now for the right again, Beastman. Diving with the shoulder tackle. Cannonball! Oh, BC Steel pulls LeRusso out of the way. LeRusso's livelihood may have been saved there. LeRusso, a short but impactful DDT. Well, it would behoove LeRusso to keep the big man down, quite obviously. We'll see how effective he can be. LeRusso doing his best to use all of his body weight disadvantage. BC Steel getting his cheap shots in as well. And running like the coward he is. Elevates Beastman, or elevates himself onto Beastman, the leg drop. Maybe not a better, prettier leg drop in the game today. LeRusso gets such great height, such effective impact. You can see Beastman in a considerable amount of pain. One of the first times in this contest. Great agility by LeRusso. Beastman is down. LeRusso mocking his opponent. That may not be wise. Drop kick to the face. A better plan. BC Steel would like me to reiterate that this match is over. I do not agree or concur with these plans. Beastman is... No, it didn't work. Beastman barely let LeRusso pull him out of the corner. Let alone stay down for 3. You got to do something pretty devastating to Beastman to keep these shoulders down for 3 seconds. I guarantee you that. LeRusso went for a clothesline, didn't work out. Beastman, oh no! Beastman hung up in the ropes and an awkward contact being made. And Beastman may be injured. Beastman not fully aware of what just happened to him. And LeRusso the baseball slide. I'm not sure if this is advantage LeRusso on the floor. At the moment it is. Beastman shook the ring post with the impact his frame hit as LeRusso attempting to just get a count out and get out of town. That could happen. Beastman hit that corner with such velocity. But we're 1 second away. Beastman at about 9.9 made his way back in. BC Steel, a former referee, says that was a count out. That may explain why he's not a current referee. Oh, wait a second. LeRusso is trying to keep the pressure on, but perhaps that 10-second reprieve that Beastman received on the outside. Oh no, LeRusso to the midsection. And up with a sleeper. Beastman in a bad way. LeRusso says it's done as the Beastman been put to sleep. No! Beastman keeps the arm up. And this primitive savage has some life. LeRusso backed into the corner. Oh, both feet connect. Oh no, Beastman caught LeRusso! Oh, good grief! What a hell of a sidewalk slam! But Beastman not enough to capitalize. Will we see a double count out, or will we press on? Beastman trying to get the blood flowing into his system. LeRusso to his feet as well, but LeRusso's shaky. The ride, duck to the clothesline. Beastman with a huge crossbody. Got him, no! I think BC Steel thought that was it. BC Steel having a conniption fit. Oh, LeRusso deep into the eyes. Oh, LeRusso maybe going knee strike. Beastman counters. Oh, huge clothesline. Hey, huge clothesline. Got him. No. Oh, well, BC's still distracting Beastman with Beastman's bone. Beastman won that tug of war, but the official gets involved. LeRusso thrust kick out of nowhere. Beastman distracted by his property being stolen. Oh, and he kicks out, does Beastman. I thought LeRusso was going to steal it. Beastman showing life. And LeRusso can't believe it. LeRusso basking in his glory. Heir apparent could be going in for the kill. High risk by the man who would be Super Indy champion. Beastman the foot out. Cannonball connects. LeRusso is done. No, BC Steel placing the foot of LeRusso on the rope. The fall is broken, but LeRusso, for all intents and purposes, is completely out of commission. Well, Beastman perhaps signaling. He's gonna fly? Are you serious? Beastman is at least 350 pounds if he's an ounce. I went for everything but LeRusso out of the way. And LeRusso with a knee. Caught Beastman down low. Thrust, kick to the butt of the jaw. LeRusso builds momentum. Was it preparation for Adam Cole? I'm not so sure. Was it a hard-fought victory over somebody that came in here with one mission and one mission alone, and that's destroy the heir apparent? Absolutely it was. LeRusso says the current Super Indy champion has never beaten him. He is correct. But will LeRusso be granted the first opportunity, and Adam Cole will be returned to Court Time Sports Center next month? Jaxon Argos, thankfully, not here at the commentary area, but making friends at ringside, as the man that stuffed the Rookie of the Year ballot box, Jaxon Argos, along with R.C. Dupree, the eccentric artist. Once again, it's Team Storm in one-on-one competition, but they travel in packs. under 2 months ago was challenging for the IWC Championship. But a big reason in the eyes of many why he was not successful in that bid, or at least didn't have a fair shake at it, are standing across from Palace in the ring here tonight. Will Palace be able to avenge what could have been a career-defining moment taken away? Argos, Dupree, and Pollock instrumental in a 3-on-1 beatdown before Andrew Palace's championship matchup with Wardlow at Aftershock Volume 2. Argos very hesitant, very tentative, as one would suggest he might be. Andrew Palace has come out proverbially with guns ablazing here. He has waited for this opportunity for 6 weeks and counting, and you can tell by the look in Palace's eyes he wants nothing else in this world than Jaxon Argos, R.C. Dupree, and Jack Pollock to get revenge bestowed upon him. Palace ever impatient. Crowd not endearing themselves to Argos. Calling the worst rookie ever, I wouldn't say that, but certainly not as good as he thinks he is. Is Argos ready to tie up with Andrew Palace? Perhaps a Greco-Roman knuckle lock. It's Palace with a slight advantage here. Able to muscle Argos. But no, could not get him all the way down to the canvas. Argos breaks free, side headlock. Argos could sense the momentum going very well against him in that exchange. Argos the side headlock, really cinched in. You notice that wide stance, that vertical base of Argos. Now dropping to a knee. That makes it more difficult for Palace to attempt to maneuver his way out. Now you see Palace forced to drop to a knee and now down to his head as a result based on the leverage of the headlock. Palace bridging up, gets momentum on his side and able to turn things around. That is why Andrew Palace is where he is today. Argos counters into a hammerlock. Palace build up that momentum and then capitalize, go behind to an amateur-style takedown. And this crowd appreciates the technical skill, the leverage being shown by Andrew Palace. He's not just a full throttle in your face. Palace has great fundamentals. Palace breaks the momentum of Argos by turning inward and coming out with the arm of Argos in his control. Argos attempts to roll through to counter. Palace rolls with him to stay with the pressure of the hold. Second time now, result much the same. great wrestling and counter wrestling, the human game of chess, as it were, here in IWC Wrestling. Argos baited Palace in that time, came back with a forearm counter. Reversal center ring. And Palace turns into a shoulder block of his own. My gosh. Andrew Palace just running Argos over. But now, attempting to follow through, Argos a step ahead. Palace hung up on those tightly enforced ring ropes. Argos too busy celebrating. Air Palace connects! Palace threw a caution to the wind! No risk is too great when it comes to giving Team Storm what they have coming to them. And with a bit of help from the fans that Argos had alienated earlier, Palace getting more licks in on the floor. And a second time. Well, Palace attempted to give Argos the scenic tour here. Just listen in. You gotta love it. Andrew Palace is feeling it here in this matchup. And it is anything but a summer vacation for Jaxon Argos. Oh wait, oh Dupree! Dupree pulled Argos out of the way. Palace, all that momentum, all that speed to his detriment. All to his detriment as Palace collides hard with a steel post. Referee counts, but only gets to 4 as Argos now, sensing an opening, as quickly as possible gets Palace back in the ring. Argos now cinching in a chin lock. Smart maneuver to ground and control the pacing of Palace. Check out this leverage maneuver. Still in the grasp of the chin lock. Palace able to turn and trap the shoulders of Argos. Put Palace's neck in a very awkward crimp, but it forced Argos to break the hold. Got Palace out of harm's way. Hard right between the eyes. And Palace near fall. And could this be the hernia driver? Argos is in prone position. And Argos a handful of hair. Argos could sense Palace going in for the kill, looking for a way to hit that hernia driver. Argos getting desperate, but not able to put Palace away. Things a bit different, perhaps, without Pollock out here directing traffic, although Dupree has made his presence very well known. Argos, what is this? Inverted DDT. Palace the knees. Got the jawbreaker. Argos in a bad way. Argos seeking solace in the corner. He gets back to the corner, maybe to counter the hernia driver, and Argos digging into the eyes deeply. I don't trust Dupree out there either, but Argos is measuring a blind Andrew Palace. Palace the elbow. Oh, a foot cut. Argos flush in the mouth. Dupree, I think, pulled the leg of Palace. He got a shot for his troubles on that momentary distraction. Caused Palace to land on the back of his neck.
10 minutes gone by.
Argos out of the way, but it came down to a matter of seconds, if not milliseconds. Dupree the difference. Argos back on top. Oh, not the Jaxon 5. We get it, thank you. Jaxon 5 only gets half that equivalent, 2.5. Crowd chanting USA at the man that would rather claim Canada as a home than his own American hometown. We saw him denounce his hometown a couple of months ago. Argos! Thrust kick right to the pec. Well, there's been speculation Argos has not been able to elevate his super kicks as high as he wanted to. We saw him hit right back in the pec a couple months ago, and now Palace now, as Argos realizes maybe he did not have the aim he thought he did. And Palace explodes. Argos anywhere he's going, Palace is waiting for him with an answer. Argos out on his feet. Oh! The shotgun drop kick. And Dupree and the official continue to argue. Palace has had enough. Look at this. Oh, Dupree dropped right on his head. And a huge knee. Dupree has been neutralized. He won't be a factor anymore. Hey, oh, flagpole between the eyes. God. Argos got him a couple of times, I think. Palace had no way to brace himself. Hit right between the eyes. Thrust kick to the face. This time Palace blocks it. And Palace, the hernia driver. That'll do it. Measure of revenge. And while we'll never know if Andrew Palace would have defeated Wardlow at Aftershock Volume 2 for the IWC Championship, if not for Team Storm, perhaps a message sent to Pollock, Dupree, and especially Argos to not get involved in Andrew Palace's business. But you gotta believe Andrew Palace would love yet another shot at Team Storm and their ringleader, Jack Pollock, as Palace continues his climb to hopefully another IWC title opportunity. Santana Diamonds continues IWC action here in Beaver Falls. Santana was a part of a bit of a controversial issue And it escalated into practically a chase down a highway. Santana Diamonds was a getaway driver of sorts a number of weeks ago. We'll talk about that throughout this match. Crime spree, Bulk Nasty. No love for anybody. IWC fan, IWC competitor, or otherwise. Not crazy about t-shirts either. Bulk Nasty literally had Daniel Uben running out of the building as Uben attempted to escape with his livelihood after a matchup with he and Bulk got a little bit out of hand and was thrown out. Apparently Bulk attempted to beat down Mr. Hooven in the parking lot, but one of Hooven's buddies was there waiting with the car already running. That gentleman was Santana Diamonds. Retribution from that incident, courtesy of Benjamin C. Steele and Bulk Nasty, set to go down. One thing about Santana Diamonds, he is very tough. He's very street smart. We've seen him in some very high-profile matchups at some of our road events. And Santana trying to figure out the big man. Bulk Nasty about 6'5" or 600, around 300 pounds. Santana knows he's got his work cut out for him just to get Bulk Nasty off his feet, let alone come out the victor of this contest. Bulk demands a timeout. Bulk distracted by these ringsiders. He took his eye off Santana. Santana high risk, but gets caught and posted for his troubles. And now into the edge of the ring frame where metal meets wood. And again, 6 weeks of hostility building between these athletes, as Santana was the only thing that kept Bulk Nasty from perhaps ending the wrestling career of Daniel Hooven once and for all. Hard slap in the face. You can see no respect from Bulk Nasty towards Santana Diamonds. Santana gets the feet up. Santana trying to fire off of those forearms, but I'm not sure if he's got enough behind them to silence or even quell the momentum of Bulk Nasty. Hard to the buckle. Inverted atomic drop, nicely done. Clothesline follow through. A one-finger pin. Bulk Nasty looking to make a statement here. Not so sure that's the way to go. Vertical suplex, making Santana think about it. 2 fingers this time. Twice as much body contact, but still not enough for 3. Bulk is looking to embarrass Santana Diamonds. But easier said than done. We've seen the staying power of Santana earn the respect of many of our crowds across this Western Pennsylvania region. I believe that was 3 fingers, but still not successful. Ball drives the knee into the back, rakes the back as well. Bulk's his biggest plus is just that overwhelming, that smothering power. He can just have his way with you for minutes on end. Santana able to land on his feet, however, but got caught. Santana tried to run around Bulk Nasty, and that's an all-day mission. Bulk Nasty's so huge. He had time to adjust after the clothesline. Santana, look at this. Kick to the gut. Glancing blow to the head. Didn't get all of that, but Bulk's still off balance at this point. And Santana follows through. Leg lariat nicely done. Diamonds into the cover. 2 and out. Russian leg sweep. And Bulk Nasty able to pop up, but Santana keeps the grip on. That's a diamond lock, and Bulk Nasty's tapping. This match should be over, but Benjamin C. Steele being a nuisance as usual. And Santana may make BC Steele pay for it. Bulk Nasty from behind into the eyes. No. Well, Santana had this matchup won, but the human crime spree recovers and a devastating powerbomb. Good grief, Bulk Nasty puts this one away. Well, perhaps Santana will think twice before he fires up that getaway car one more time. Bulk Nasty the victory, and you got to believe there is still more in the future for Bulk Nasty and Daniel Hubin one-on-one when they meet in the same building once again, but now let's go to BC Steel. And what is in that bag, by the way?
For the highlight of most of your lives, not only did you see Bulk Nasty pull off the victory, but you get to hear me. You see, there's a man by the name of Daniel Hubin. A man that has disrespected Bulk Nasty. Hey, he ain't worth it. You stepped over better guys on your way to the bathroom. Don't you worry about it. No, you don't qualify. Don't worry about it. Now, I got it. On July 22nd, Elizabeth, Pennsylvania, Courttime Sports Center, Daniel Hubin, this is for you. Now I know that you and your people are very honorable, are men of respect. And I also know that your people are that of money. So that said, what I have in this bag right now is $10,000. Quite frankly, it's enough for me to buy this stinking town, turn it into a landfill, and still have $9,000 left over. Buddy, shut your mouth or he's gonna knock your crooked eye straight. So Hubin, all you have to do on Saturday, July 22nd is show up. Stay there from bell to bell. No shenanigans, no sauna club, show up. And if you can do that, then $10,000 is yours. So Hubin, as they say, appropriate that where we're at, the ball is in your court. You're welcome. Now hit his music.
Well, Benjamin C. Steele must be very confident that Daniel Hooven would not be able to last an entire matchup with Thought Nasty with the short arms and deep pockets that BC Steele normally has. But he is putting apparently $10,000 on the line if Hooven can last bell to bell with Thought Nasty. July 22nd, cannot wait to find out Hooven's response. Well, the future of the IWC Championship matchup, July 22nd, Courtside Sports Center at level midnight, is up in the air right now, courtesy of that man, Wardlow, the man with war in his name, escorted to the ring by Justin LaBar. I will be watching this matchup with a guest. We'll bring him in after the introduction. But right now, Wardlow is putting an unprecedented IWC unbeaten streak on the line. The man that has ended the IWC careers of Super Hentai, of Jimmy DeMarco. It was thought for a time that Jimmy Vegas would be on that list as well. Vegas under the shelf for several months due to shoulder injury suffered in part thanks to Wardlow. But Vegas is back and he has been seeking retribution ever since the month of May. But the formula to stop Wardlow has not yet been discovered, as we apparently now will go to Justin LaBar, who will grace us with his voice.
You open your mouth and Dick Wardlow will send you home. All you Beaver County redneck white trash need to show some respect for the most money you've ever seen in one place. Save your ticket stubs, put them in your cigar boxes, because tonight is history. Once again, Jimmy Vegas wants some more of this man. Jimmy Vegas has been in the IWC for over 15 years. I gotta say, yeah, and he's beat a lot of guys, many of whom you see on Monday and Tuesday nights on TV. Now, he's beat a lot of them. People are always talking these last 15 years. People are always talking, Jimmy Vegas, man, he's a tough guy. Jimmy Vegas, man, he's one badass dude. Well, this ain't people. This is the man with war in his name. This is the IWC World Champion. I got a reality check for you for Jimmy Vegas. Wardlow don't think Jimmy Vegas is so tough. Wardlow don't think Jimmy Vegas is that bad of a dude. Quite frankly, Wardlow thinks Jimmy Vegas is a washed up punk. He needs to be taken out back and put to sleep, so let history begin. Let the euthanization begin. Bring on out the end of Jimmy Vegas' career.
Stern words from Justin LaBar, no shortage of confidence. But LaBar laid the stakes. Jimmy Vegas was around in IWC when it was first coming to prominence. And he's standing today. Vegas was the first time, two-time IWC heavyweight champion. He has not been an IWC champion in well over a decade. He would love to reclaim that honor for a third time. he'll have an opportunity to potentially, in a month's time, but my guest at this time may have other ideas, welcoming in now the figurehead, for lack of a better term, of Team Storm, Jack Pollock. You obviously have a vested interest in this matchup, being that you're the recognized #1 contender.
Thanks, Joe. So happy to be out here finally. So happy to finally get what I deserve, and that is a shot at the IWC World Heavyweight title. Because for months I've been beating everyone.
As Wardlow takes out the knee of Vegas, LeBar, distraction as well.
Now, Joe, everyone talks about Wardlow and how Wardlow hasn't been beaten since he joined the IWC. You know, I haven't been pinned yet in IWC. And Justin Plummer has been holding Jack Pollock back. I beat Andrew Palace. I beat Shug D. I'm the guy that took Ryback off his feet. But what's taken so long, Joe?
Hey, you've beaten a lot of guys, and let's not deny that, but your career in IWC has spanned 6 months. Wardlow, for a couple of years now, has been untouchable. He's ended IWC careers. We're not going to argue whether or not you deserve the opportunity. You've earned that already. Some may argue the means, but that's not what we're here to do right now.
A win's a win, Joe.
Wardlow with a 1-foot cover. That 1 foot has put IWC Legends out of this company. Do you have a formula that can stop Wardlow, because no one's figured it out yet?
Joe, when you're trained by someone like Lance Storm, you show up to the dance ready to perform. And Wardlow's never faced someone like Jack Pollock before.
Okay.
You know, I can out-wrestle Wardlow. I've fought monsters in the past, and I'm ready to take on Wardlow can bring.
So even after having to stand next to him back at Super Indy 16, at first as his tag team partner, but then realizing he'll be a future rival of yours, looking at that monstrous frame, looking at that overwhelming power and that inspiring agility that he possesses, there was no shred of perhaps hesitation or perhaps discomfort on your part?
Joe, I came here to win the heavyweight title.
Okay.
And I'm not worried about how big Wardlow is. I'm not worried about how fat he is. I'm 6'4", I'm 220 pounds. And I'm going to show Wardlow why Jack Pollock is the best thing to happen to pro wrestling since pro wrestling happened.
As Vegas gets the knee up, we have seen just a physical slugfest between both these athletes. Wardlow snapping off a released German suplex, almost making it look effortless on Jimmy Vegas, who, by the way, is 272 pounds.
He's one big, bad dude. I've been in the ring with him. I'm not afraid of him either. Wardlow's impressive, Joe.
Without a doubt he is, but you could say you're not afraid of Jimmy Vegas, you could say you're not afraid of Wardlow, but it is distinctively possible you'll be in the ring with both at the same time. Your odds will decrease from 50% to 33 1/3, and you will be outsized by both of your opponents. Have you prepared for that strategy?
Joe, I'm in the gym every day. I'm studying tape. I'm watching Wardlow. I'm watching Jimmy Vegas. I'm out here right now. I know what they bring. They don't know what I bring, though. They don't know how far Jack Pollock is willing to go to win the heavyweight title.
I believe that's a third suplex by Wardlow. Well, will your buddies Argos and Dupree be out there?
Hey, man, you never know. You never know. When J. Paul shows up to court time, Team Storm's not far behind.
J.
Yeah, you know, that's what I call myself.
Okay. Someone has to. Wardlow sends Vegas into the buckle. And this really is, ouch, a battle of two IWC generations, but Vegas looking to prove he's got a lot left. Wardlow shoulder hits the post, and Vegas the belly to belly. Maybe a bit of poetic justice there. Wardlow, partially responsible for Vegas' shoulder injury. Now Vegas hurt the shoulder. Hey!
Oh, you gotta watch that, Rap.
LeBar tripping up the leg, and Wardlow capitalizes. Another reason Wardlow's been so unstoppable.
Wardlow has Justin LeBar, but I have Jaxon Argos, the Rookie of the Year here in IWC, and I have the eccentric artist RC Dupree. Now, is Justin LeBar prepared for what Team Storm has? Is Justin LeBar prepared for Jaxon Argos? Is he prepared for how eccentric RC Dupree actually is?
I don't think any of us are prepared for how eccentric RC Dupree is. For the ride now, Vegas a reversal. And Vegas, yes, follow-away slam. Beautifully executed. But you talk about what LeBar could have to be capable of with Argos and Dupree. You talk about the numbers advantage you'll have. Hey, LeBar has been, I hate to say it, but he's been a mastermind of this game for many years now. I've known LeBar longer than I've known you, Argos, or Dupree. He studies this business. He meticulously studies this business. Is the might and the mass of Team Storm going to be enough to counteract the mind of Justin LeBar?
Now, are you saying that I'm not a mastermind, Joe?
Not at all.
Because I walked into IWC the first night, made an impact.
You did. You got smart with the field.
I took on the Golden Boy and I kicked him in the face. There's a brain up here too, Joe.
I'm not denying that, but that's LeBar's bread and butter. He signs his paychecks based on outsmarting the field, and based on his meal ticket, he's got a much better than average accuracy.
I got time, Joe.
All right. Wardlow not going for the 1 foot cover. You can see Wardlow understands it's going to take a lot more than that to beat Vegas, although still not a lot of body contact.
You want to get a pin on a guy like Jimmy Vegas, you don't put your hands all over that, Joe.
How would IWC change if Jack Pollock was the face of the brand and the reigning IWC champion?
Wow, Joe. Well, first off, Team Storm would throw a big bash.
Oh, wait a second. We'll get back to that point in a minute. Oh, Vegas from way up high. Wardlow. I'm not sure if Wardlow has ever fallen from that far without control of his own faculties. Vegas just launched him.
Where's Vegas going here?
That's a great question. Vegas does not leave his feet that often. What in the world? Hey, LeBar! LeBar picking the ankles. Wardlow catching Vegas. 272. Unbalanced on that turnbuckle is a dangerous thing. And now Wardlow. Oh no.
This is big.
Superplex! And Vegas just snapping off the canvas in pain. Both these men have taken a lot out of one another. It's been two hosses going toe-to-toe this entire battle, with Vegas' potential inclusion in the heavyweight championship matchup next month at stake. Would you prefer that Vegas lose this matchup?
Of course I want a one-on-one match, Joe. That's all I've wanted since day one here.
Just asking. You come out here so confident. Can't be
Well,
sure.
yeah, Joe. I'm very confident. I haven't been pinned since I came to IWC. I want a fair crack at the World Heavyweight title.
Well, I think you go through the history books, there's been more than one occasion where Palace has had your number, technicality or not. As Wardlow goes for that Wardlow driver, Vegas with a counter, cha-ching slam! Oh, no, Wardlow drops down counters. Vegas is trying to soften up Wardlow. Got him that time, cha-ching slam! He's won so many IWC title matches with that maneuver. Will he get inserted into one as a result, but LeBar gets involved. And LeBar throws his hat down. How intimidating. And Vegas is sick and tired of Justin LeBar. Much as we all are. Oh, LeBar got it!
Oh, come on, ref.
LeBar kept slipping and falling over his own feet in terror.
He gets what he deserves, Joe.
And Vegas is beating the hell out of him. And not a moment too soon. Well, wait a minute. Oh, Vegas.
Joe, I want to say this has been great, but I got something to do right now.
All right, Jack Pollock, thank you for joining us. Vegas, he was seeing red and he wasn't hearing anything either, apparently, because he completely blocked out the official's 10 count. He was not cognizant of the count, and thanks to LeBar's distraction, Vegas will not be in the championship match next month. LeBar may be seriously hurt. That's a consolation prize here at least. But apparently it is Wardlow and Pollock one-on-one for the IWC Championship. Pollock showing no fear, no intimidation, but it's easier to do so from 15 feet away. But on the floor, Vegas may finish LeBar once and for all. I noticed Wardlow is not quick to help out his mentor. Oh, wait a minute. Pollock picking his opening. I'm Wardlow not too pleased. The double leg takedown, and we got a fight. It is Wardlow, it is Pollock. IWC Championship implications. A preview of what's to come in a month's time. As forget affiliations, forget egos, Wardlow and Pollock may fight all the way back to Elizabeth. And meanwhile, Vegas knows there is one reason and one reason only why he is not in that championship matchup. And Vegas to take things out on the bar. Full Nelson. He's going to choke Lamar. No! Full Nelson slam. And everybody's going to get it. Vegas has absolutely lost his mind here. No, 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 no. Oh, the one-arm bandit. Oh, it's a member of our event staff, and oh, that's not the wisest thing he's done. Good grief, Vegas is just chucking bodies. Vegas feels he rightfully has earned a shot at the IWC title, and I'm damn sure not going to tell him he's wrong. Vegas is incensed. There is a body count in his wake. Vegas, come hell or high water, wants to be IWC champion one more time. I have the dubious distinction of announcing that I'm joined by Benjamin C. Steele, but I'm happy that IWC Women's Action is on tap.
And Joe, I am also happy for both of those things. You're welcome. You get to be here with me. This is like an early birthday present to you, but it's for me.
Katie Arquette is without her bestie. Talking about your buddy, Calvin Couture.
My personal stylist.
Do you have any hot news on where Calvin might be tonight?
Calvin Couture is actually at a fashion show in Paris. From there, he will be going to Vegas, Las Vegas, not Jimmy Vegas. And then we'll be flying back here next week.
I see. Well, will that affect Katie Arquette in this matchup? Jinx has a childish side, but she's got a sadistic side as well. She says she's the best kind of bad luck, and sometimes she can be downright, quote, bloody adorable. We have seen both sides of Jinx here in IWC. Which side do you think we're going to need to see to enable her to defeat Katie Arquette?
Well, she's going to defeat Katie Arquette. We're going to have to see the winning side is what we're going to need to see. You know, you said there are two sides to Jinx. They're both bonkers.
Won't deny that.
They're both a little off. The kind of girl that'll slash your tires and smile as she does it. I know many a woman like that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Were you saying earlier about how impressive LeRusso and Bulk Nasty were like I asked you to do? It was a mental message.
If I'm ever on the same wavelength with you, help us all.
$10,000 for Hooven, by the way, if he shows up.
$10,000 for Hooven. You're that confident that Hooven will not last bell to bell with Bulk Nasty?
Absolutely not.
I've never even seen you buy me lunch, let alone give somebody $10,000.
I bought you KFC that time, remember? But they gave the bill to you by accident. Whoa,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
We're all up by Jinx. Is LeRusso okay, by the way? He seemed frightened out there.
He is a little verklempt. He's a little discombobulated, but he's fine. He's okay.
Hope he's not backwashed.
He's that too, but he came out on top with the victory. That's what matters. And I'll make a prediction right here. I think the winner of this, I would bet the farm on Katie Arquette. Definitely ahead on points at this point.
We're like a minute in.
But she's ahead on points.
How do you score pro wrestling on points? I don't even understand that.
Well, I'm using the David Arquette point system.
That would make sense.
You know, she's got the pedigree of a world champion. I don't remember any Dombrowskis that were world champions. Do you? Not a single one.
Has there been like DNA tests on that? Do we have Maury Povich in the budget?
Unfortunately, no. We can get Connie Chung though.
I see. Do you think that the winner of this contest, as the shoulders chop for 2, could be in line for an IWC Women's Championship opportunity in Britt Baker?
Well, there's no doubt about it. Certainly, whoever would come out on top of this matchup, you'd have to argue, would be in line.
Everybody's shoulders are down, so almost no one in line. Both of these young ladies made their double bridge now. Made their professional debut, the exact same event, IWC Proving Ground this past February. Equal in experience, pretty equal in size. Katie having a slight advantage there, but Katie and Jinx certainly have come up studying and scouting one another. We have a very evenly matched contest.
We definitely have an even matchup, and I'll say that Katie is actually at a disadvantage because there's no Calvin Couture out here. I am personally upset by that.
What does Calvin do that helps Katie in a match?
Well, he's like me. He's a motivational
He's like
tool.
you. That's all you needed to say right there.
But when you see him, you just smile. It just makes you happy. Like I said,
you see him, you point and laugh because of what he's wearing.
Well, he's a fashionista, and right now, like I said, he's in Saskatchewan.
You said he's in Paris.
Well, it's Paris, Saskatchewan. Very, very secluded fashion area. And he's there, and then he's going to Utica and Durera, Florida, and then he's coming back here. And I heard that not only do we have the town of Beaver Falls here, many talent agents right now, the role of Titanic 2, Katie Arquette is actually in line for that.
Titanic 2?
Yes, The Reckoning.
What do they do, resurrect the boat?
Absolutely.
Get out of here.
You know,
it actually was a TV movie, though.
Well, one of the interesting things about these two is, geez. You know, when you're coming up with somebody, you're often compared to that person for your entire career.
2 count.
And that's why there's often a built-in rivalry between the two. Now, to my knowledge, this is the first time, especially in IWC, that they've ever gone one-on-one. So you'd have to argue that this built-in rivalry between the two, this first victory here in their home of IWC, is a big deal, not only in the women's rankings, but personally as well.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you see training classes and everybody wants to be top of the class. They want to be king of the class, or in this case, queen of the class. So without a doubt, there's bragging rights, there's pride. They want to impress their trainer. They want to impress other IWC officials. They don't want to do anything that might lead to their downfall in this matchup. And again, IWC Women's Championship may be in the crosshairs for one of these athletes.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm impressed already by Katie Arquette. Jinx, she scares me a little bit. You know, she screamed at me and I didn't say a word to her. I just looked at her.
Doesn't surprise me in the least.
Now that's illegal use right there of... Hey, wait! Call it, Joe. Tell him. Tell him.
She's digging in the nostrils, I believe.
And that's illegal. See, that's why Katie Arquette is now clearly ahead on
5 count.
You're a 5 count.
That's why Katie Arquette maybe should stick to... Get out of here. She should stick to her stunt roles and her supporting roles in her movies and not worry about being the center of attention all the time because she's going to get herself in trouble. A nice follow-away slam there. 2 count only.
Well, Joe. Katie Arquette isn't a supporting role. She is the lead. Kind of like you and I. I'm the lead, and you learn and follow me.
I see.
Well, I don't bang your head off the mat, but...
Well, figuratively speaking. As Katie, in full control of Jinx, who certainly, you got to believe she's been knocked a bit woozy as a result of those, the impact of the canvas.
Well, Jinx is like the human embodiment of breaking a mirror, of walking under a ladder, of crossing a black cat. The human embodiment of that, with orange hair. You know, I think she has different hair color every time I see her.
Would surprise me.
Calvin Couture could teach her a lesson or two with that hair.
What's he, a stylist now, too?
He's a stylist. He's a fashionista.
In Saskatchewan.
In Perry, Saskatchewan.
Okay. Look for that on the map. Jinx caught Katie Arquette coming in.
It's actually right next to Rand McNally.
Oh, and Katie able to counter the brat out of hell and trapped her for 2.
And Joe, it's just what I talked about earlier. When you come up with somebody, you scout them, you know them, and when you've got a role, you got to study for it. You got to know what's going on. You got to be prepared for all variables, and that's what Katie Arquette does. You can say what you want about her young career, but she's definitely one to game plan. And let's not take anything away from Jinx, who appeared in Women of Honor.
What is she complaining about?
Well, Joe, I think she lost her contact. Joe, I got to go.
No, stay here. It has nothing to do with you.
Well, she needs those to see.
I know what the hell contacts do, thank you. But, oh, come on now. Roll up, stacks are up, hooks are tight.
Joe, she can see, it's a miracle.
Oh, get out of here.
It's a miracle. Praise be Allah Calvin Couture, she can see.
He's not even here.
That's why I praise him, hallelujah.
Jinx, maybe her adorable side, maybe her compassionate side got the best of her when she saw Katie Arquette struggling, and Katie showing she will stoop to any lows to get a victory. And hey, if she's got to deal with Britt Baker next, that's on her, because I don't think that trick is going to work with the mayor of Britsburg.
Well, she may be the mayor of Britsburg, but I think it's time for a new reign, if I may.
We'll see, but hey, credit to Jinx for great effort, but Katie Arquette works her way up the IWC women's rankings.
I'm just blowing you.
Well, it has been a staple in IWC history. The 4-team elimination scramble has launched careers in IWC and beyond. We're going to write the latest chapter in just a second. All right, BC Steel, I know you've got sources. I know you've always got your ear to the ground on all the scoops. Do you have any idea who Officer Dan Murphy's mystery tag team partner is here tonight?
Well, you know, I asked him earlier, I said, give me the hot news, give me the scoop. Who's the man? Who's the man? And he said, it's somebody that sees things just like he does, and they're always on the right side of the law. So basically, I have no idea.
Yeah, but somebody on the right side of the law, you probably don't know them that well.
I'm taking that as an insult. He's also on the wrong side of the hard cam, but...
What's up? What do we got here? Oh, wait. Are you serious? Whoa! That's the gavel, David Lawless. For the past couple of years, he's been one of the top prospects in the Pittsburgh area, and yes, he's also a lawyer. What is this about?
And did my night, it's like I get birthday present after birthday present after birthday present, and now the gavel David Lawless here in IWC, and you said it, the best prospect in this area, one of the top prospects in this area, and a generous man passing out free business cards to the people.
Wow.
I'm sure a lot of people in this town could use his legal services.
Yeah, until his next malpractice suit. David Lawless is on the right side of the law, according to Officer Dan.
In the gavel's courtroom. Now, for all of you morons out there that don't know who I am the gavel, David Lawless, Esquire, the greatest attorney in America. And Officer Dan heaven because police officers need lawyers. In fact, the whole world needs lawyers because nothing gets done without an attorney. No shows, no buildings, no schools. It's all thanks to lawyers, the cornerstone of America. Now, as I look out at all you morons here in Beaver County, I realize that the only attorney you probably have known is the one appointed for you by the court. And no one in this decrepit town could afford my services. But I get it. You boo me because you fear greatness. You fear the greatness that is the gavel David Lawless. And as I look at this crowd, I realize that the greatest accomplishment you'll ever have is being able to tell your GED instructor and your parole officer that you saw the gavel David Lawless whistle in the main event at IWC. So from here on out, when you combine the intelligence, athleticism, and instinct of the gavel with the power and information that Officer Dan Murphy has, you get the greatest combination IWC has ever seen. So tonight, we become #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships, and you all know this will happen because Lawless is flawless. You're welcome, everyone.
Joe, that's true. I saw him perform a case. He got a sodomy charge reduced to tailgating. What? So one of the best lawyers I've ever seen. Him and Chris LeRusso, best attorneys ever.
He did not.
He did so. I'm telling you it happened.
But how's he going to fare main event his first time out? Well, the upper echelon have turned a lot of heads here in recent times. What's your scouting report on Colby Red on the left and PB Smooth on the right?
Well, performed in the Erie, Pennsylvania area, out of AIW in Cleveland, Ohio. A very, very formidable team. But you've said before about four-way scramble tag teams. Very unpredictable. Very, well, PB Smooth looking very impressive right there. Very unpredictable, but right now they have an advantage because they brought kendo sticks to the ring.
Winner will get a championship opportunity at the tag titles when we return here to Beaver Falls in the month of October. And no matter who the tag team champions are, they are guaranteed that opportunity.
Joe, I got to give it to them. They're ready. They got weapons. That's a smart move.
Sexy, talented dudes are maybe the underdog in this matchup. However, they have a history of tag team championship gold together. They are former tag team champions, and they are the only cohesive duo to have been former tag team champions in this matchup.
Well, Joe, answer me this. Why is it that Billy Rush, why does the whole group get to be out here?
They're like a traveling circus. They're like a sideshow.
Well, Barnum Bailey brother, that, you know, the one with the elephants, they went down.
Hey, Gory Futuristic gonna dance.
Well, yibbity jibbity dee, I'm so happy.
Sort of.
That must be dancing from the future.
That is, yeah.
It's just Flexor gonna dance. Oh, okay.
I still can't believe David Lawless is the mystery tag team partner. Did not expect to see him here in the International Wrestling Cartel at all.
You got to give that as a coup to Officer Dan Murphy, do you not?
Oh, without a doubt. He had the psychological advantage going in. But talk about maybe hometown advantage, I think it'll go to one of these entrants we're about to see come through the curtain. Marshall Bull is the most experienced and decorated tag team competitor in this matchup. He led the Gambino family dynasty to a handful of tag team championship reigns. He's taken Jameson under his wing for the past 3 months or so now. Can Marshall Bull get back into title contention with some new blood who happens to be from Beaver Falls? Speaking, of course, of Jameson.
Well, of all the things about Jameson, being from Beaver Falls is probably something that he's not extremely proud of.
I disagree with that.
But I'll tell you, he's got a hell of a partner in Marshall Gambino, a veteran not only of the tag team senior in IWC, the tag team titles, but also the four-way scramble, which, as I mentioned, is unpredictable and so many variables on it. Marshall knows what to look out for.
What's Gory doing?
Maybe it's some more of that future dancing.
Some series of hip swivels to intimidate his opponents.
You'd be surprised.
Two-step.
What a hip swivel, that's what it's called in the future.
Why is Gory two-stepping right now? I don't understand. Can someone explain this to me?
Because he's two-stepping by himself. I don't know, Joe. I don't really know a lot of what the STDs do.
Gory's feeling loose. I mean, that's a good thing, I guess.
I've never met an STD that I liked.
Not even Gory?
No. Actually, he might be the worst.
What about Billy Ruxpin?
Oh, you mean Gory Futuristic's special friend?
Yeah, what about Billy Ruxpin when you thought he didn't exist? You like him better then?
You know, there's a lot of guys I wish didn't exist.
Yeah? Well, Gory and Lawless going to start things out. Again, we're talking elimination rules here. 3 falls will determine the top contender.
And Joe, I'm telling you, if they come over here, I don't know. Call it, Joe.
What happened to my life?
You went to England once.
I did. A couple people acted like that over there, too. Gory with a hammerlock, Lawless reverses. You've studied the career of David Lawless. What does he bring to the table that makes him so dangerous?
Well, not only does he bring his intelligence, because as you know, you don't just become a lawyer by collecting UPC symbols off a cereal box. It's you got to learn, you got to study for it. He's crafted that from the courtroom and from law school into the ring. He's also very, very smart. He's a smart man's wrestler when it comes to the psychology of that ring, how to manipulate your opponent, how to take advantage of your opponent, how to scout those weaknesses. But to be honest, Joe, I don't know how that benefits when you got to worry about 6 other guys in that ring and other ones on the outside, and Ginger the lady. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how he does here in IWC. But the advantage he has is these other guys have seen one another do battle. I don't know if they've seen Lawless before.
Yeah, and we got a lot of moving parts here, a lot of potential distractions. Colby and PB are still holding their kendo sticks. Officer Dan's got that whistle. Marshall the Bull's dangerous without any weapons. So we got a lot of X factors involved here.
And Gory Futuristic has the hip swivel.
He does. He's stepping on the feet of Officer Dan.
He's the new king of swing.
I won't go that far. He is controlling the side headlock, although something tells me this may not be the case for long.
Well, Marshall just said it's a street fight, so...
Well, he's not wrong. Let's just beat the hell out of each other.
Well, Joe, you know, there might be a time. I mean, how long did that go before it broke down? A minute and a half?
Well, we talked about Marshall being the most experienced in these type of matches. I think he realized the issue. And Pup Ferrari's getting involved down there.
Joe, we got CF, well, the CFs, Gory Futuristic and Chest Flexor. We got PBs, we got CFs, we got Ruxpins, we got STDs, we got LMNOPs, we got everything going on here, Joe.
And we're just getting started.
And you've got a lot of letters yourself in your name.
Oh, Flexor just got hit with that kendo stick. PB Smooth has Futuristic. We got about 10 or 11 people here in battle. Colby elevates Flexor. Gory gets dumped to the side, and this is going to be the physically imposing duo that may be the team to beat.
Well, definitely when it comes from a physicality standpoint. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Colby elevates himself to the floor. Wait, here comes Billy Ruxpin. Big 300-pounder.
Well, Billy Ruxpin is not in this. Oh, Billy. Oh, Billy.
Hi. See you, bye.
Oh, okay, wait a minute, now Ferrari's gone. Oh, dear.
Ferrari. He knew he was in trouble before he even did anything. Oh.
Well, he said lights out, and that's certainly the case. Goodbye, Ferrari.
Ferrari had his engine removed.
I may need a new transmission and might have busted a headlight on that.
And it's, Jameson and Marshall Bull was smooth, and Colby tries to get involved. They take out the arm. I think we've at least neutralized the extra moving parts out of here. Marshall, 280-pounder, not dressed to wrestle, dressed to fight.
And I'll tell you, the man I feel worse for, maybe in this match, is Bobby Williams, because he's got to keep track of it all.
Well, all he's got to know right now in a street fight is pinfalls and submissions. Not much else to do. Country hammer, Jameson. We've seen him take the IWC champion to his limit. We've seen him in many very competitive battles. Marshall Bull sees something special in Jameson. Do you think Jami can live up to the potential?
Well, it's very, very possible. The kids looked very, very good in this matchups thus far. And if you're going to learn tag team wrestling, Marshall's the guy to do it from, no doubt.
Oh, double side slam. Nicely done.
The team's looking very impressive now.
And the law and order of the matchup, for lack of a better term.
It's like watching Mariska Hargitay and Ice-T at work in there. Law and order.
Yeah, that's exactly like that.
And the other guys, they're the special victims unit right now.
Or maybe if Lawless and Officer Dan up there, maybe just the special victims.
I just heard a thud on the far side out of our vantage point. I don't know what it was, but it probably wasn't good for whoever was on the receiving end. Not
at all. You heard a second one a moment ago as well.
Well, thankfully they're not over here. I know you'll protect me.
Sure. Well, who's going to protect these athletes? Who's going to survive this war of attrition? It's elimination rules, but there's nobody in the ring.
Well, I believe one of the fans may have assisted Marshall on that. Now, shouldn't that fan be disqualified?
Smooth with a shot to Flexor. How you disqualify a fan?
Well, wait, we need Gory Futuristic. I believe he's trying to escape. Might be the smartest thing he's done all night.
Hey, it may turn into the night that Gory Futuristic danced atop the Beaver Falls Arena. Gory's trying to get the heck out of Dodge. And he's up there with the country hammer, Jameson, near 300 pounds. And we still got fights all the way around this building.
Well, Joe, I'll tell you, that's dangerous territory for those two. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa.
Gory's trying to dispose of Jameson.
And that's a smart move by Gory Futuristic. And Joe, we got a lot of bodies right now. This could go bad. That's a good, I would say, 10 to 15-foot drop.
Oh, it is. With the fight down below, Jameson, Futuristic is dangling. Oh, Futuristic is hanging on for dear life, and Gory drops down on everybody.
And Joe, they took our IWC banner with them. You might say Jameson has the eye of the tiger right now.
The eye of the tiger, maybe the wings of a dove. What is he doing?
Joe, that guy's way too big to fly. Wait a minute, Joe, what's he?
Oh my God. No!
Did we just see that?
Jameson sacrificing his body.
Joe, 300-pound men are not supposed to fly at all, let alone from that distance with that velocity.
hell, just imagine how everybody landed on Fields.
I'd like to remind everybody again, I'm so glad that I'm over here with you.
My God.
I mean, that, you know, we've preached the ability of everybody in this match, but I don't know how you prepare for a 300-pound man moonsaulting from about 15 feet in the air.
And the fight continues.
And Joe, the question is, who took the worst of that? I mean, he took out some of our staff as well. I think that was a...
Yeah, there's bodies everywhere in this match, out of this match. But hey, it could come down to whoever remembers. They've got to eliminate 3 teams here.
Well, that's the thing. It's not going to be the one who wins. It's the one who survives this.
Yeah, easier said than done, without a doubt, because how are you going to soften up any of these teams in a short fashion?
And I'll tell you, it's Officer Dan right now. Oh, wait a minute, Joe, that's smart. Officer Dan, I believe, just handcuffed PB Smooth to the rope, and that's legal in this match.
It is, without a doubt.
And Joe, we talked earlier that the power of those two, that's how you neutralize upper echelon.
Yeah, they've neutralized the near 7-footer, and now Colby Red, who's 6'2", 230 in his own right, packs a lot of power and intensity, is left 2-on-1 in the ring, and Colby with a knee strike. Oh, but downstairs, Officer Dan. But we have our first elimination.
I'll tell you, I mean, that was a smart move, Joe.
It was divide and conquer for Law and Order, but how can they be happy? How is that lawful to handcuff somebody that's done nothing wrong?
Well, Joe, it's legal. That's the important thing. And you know, with Law and Order, it's Dan Murphy's discretion.
For the ride now, STDs. Oh, belly rocks, but a huge knockdown. What a clothesline. Flexor and Gory on top of Lawless with that heavy wooden gavel, now using that as a weapon.
And Joe, that's another reason I mentioned earlier about how Lawless, not only flawless, but also very smart, knew his partner was in trouble and came to his rescue.
Cover, and unfortunately, another elimination.
Joe, I don't know if you've ever been hit in the back of the head with a gavel.
Well, no, not lately, no.
But I'm going to guess it doesn't feel very... Would you like to be, actually?
No, I would not.
I'd love you to be. Give me the ring bell.
Get away from me and get away from the bell.
Hey, it's like they say, Joe, what the hell? Ring the bell.
Please.
Joe, they have cured this matchup of STD. Just give them the #1 contendership. They've been impressive enough.
There's another team left, pal.
Yeah, but I mean, look how well they've done. That's fair.
All right. No, it's not fair. They've eliminated 2 teams out of 3. Marshall Bull and Jameson are still in this matchup.
Well, Joe, I think they're Oh, wait.
And I think they just reintroduced themselves to the proceedings.
And I think they brought something with them. Joe, I think they got plunder.
And a lot of it. And now the street fight really gets underway. And again, this, much like your earlier example, all legal.
Oh, shut up, Joe. I don't want using words that I use. Well, that is not how you use a plunger.
Officer Dan won't be using many words.
Well, he might, but they'll be a few octaves higher.
IWC Tag Team Championship at stake. A first-time team against a veteran who is leading in a rookie.
And you know, Joe, we got Joe, this is we said earlier it's broken down, but it's down to 2. And if the team of, I guess, Law and Order can run the table, they're the #1 contenders this first night.
That's a pretty big if. Keep in mind Marshall Bull's history of, pardon the pun, lawlessness. But the weapons, the tasers, the thumbtacks, everything Marshall Bull has done over the years is part of the old family business. I think he's taught Jameson, the country hammer, some tricks of the trade.
I know.
Oh! A knockout shot.
Well, I hope he taught him that as well. Well, apparently he did.
And Lawless and Murphy taking over on things here. And again with that heavy gavel.
And just a smart matchup thus far by Lawless and Murphy. Very, very smart matchup. And I got to wonder, how much does Jameson have left in him after that moonsault?
That's a great question. I mean, we talked about how a guy that size is not meant to fly. And we talked about how much that can take out. I mean, even if you hit your target, which he did, there's no way to land that feels good. And
well, it's I believe it's an album.
It is.
Of the Sound of Music. Well, that's not the Sound of Music at all.
Oh! There's a new sound for you, a thud.
I don't know if the Hills are alive, but Beaver Falls is certainly alive tonight. Oh, now Marshall's going for a drink.
Apparently so. Jamie's got a ladder.
What's he doing? Come on. Well, I don't think he's going to offer him a cool refreshment.
In a manner of speaking. Oh, that flak jacket is off. Officer Dan now.
Well,
hand to the head.
That mellow yellow, courtesy of...
Oh, no, Jameson got elevated! Jameson went to charge in, but back first into the steel.
And that might have been, I don't want to place blame, but that might have been Marshall's fault. Didn't get it as well as he wanted on Dan Murphy, and that he was fresh. Well, fresh as you can be in a matchup like this.
And now it's 2-on-1 with Lawless and Murphy zeroing in on the veteran Marshall the Bull.
And we said earlier about what Jameson has left. Whatever he had left, I don't think it's there anymore. His tank is on E right now.
Well, that may be so. And I think Jameson's heart and his mind want to continue, but the body is not cooperating.
And we just sort of saw Lawless there give the sign there to Dan Murphy. Went and got something, not quite sure. Oh, wait a minute. Joe, it's the steel equalizer.
Yeah, time tested. Marshall the Bull. No, Marshall! Out of the way!
Well, Lawless was able to avert some of it, but right on that shoulder.
And Marshall the Bull drills Officer Dan with the DDT.
Make sure of Jake the Snake and Ric Flair on that one. You got to wonder what is going to put one of these four away.
Well,
and more importantly, if they win, they're the number one contenders to the tag titles. What are they going to have left when we come back here?
What are the fraternity going to think when they see this footage?
Well, Joe, I'll tell you, I've been to a frat or two. These parties go on all the time.
I don't really care. Marshall the Bull with that old family mentality, that ruthless nature.
Well, wait a minute. Well, let's set the scene. Officer Dan he's caught between a ladder and a hard place right now.
Yeah, he is sandwiched inside that ladder, and Marshall the Bull something sinister in mind as Marshall and Jami position Officer Dan.
And Joe, that's a steel ladder. So, oh, wait a minute.
And that's a 280-pound human body. Marshall the Bullflies!
And Joe, there is nowhere for Officer Dan to go. And I think Marshall took a lot out of himself on that. As we see the big man going up once again.
Dan absorbed all that impact, and I feel like he's about to do it again. Frog splash! Hotel Boy becomes number one contender!
Wow, Joe, I will give credit where it's due. An amazing spectacle, a show of athleticism, a show of toughness that we saw from Marshall LeBeau and Jamie Jameson, and I think Jamie Jameson is learning his lessons very well.
Well, Jamie Jameson has got to be prepared for his biggest test to date. It's a tag team championship match this October. He's got maybe the greatest tag team wrestler in IWC history watching his back. But will Jamie Jameson be able to win it all in the IWC tag team ranks? IWCWrestling.com. Check us on social media. We're back at court time next month. Thank you for joining us at our debut in Beaver Falls. Good night.